end of every run. Locklifter has value with the Hungry Blade, Mana Thirst mid game. Yeah. I guess we'll pan. Oh, I do want to play more Zerker Pan after the pan buff. It's the pan buff. Excalibur is 1 mana cheaper now. Jeez, Excal's actually good. I don't know. It's looked pretty unimpressive when I fought against it most of the time. I had a nutty run with it last night, but I had a pumpkin last night. It's kind of cheating. I want the shield too. If I want the shield, then I gotta... I can't play everything. Just skip the banana. Like, double buckler, am I? So we've got a blueberry. I guess we keep building up the pan. I guess you get the server thing the more you think about it. Designing battles as a replay viewer isn't obvious immediately, so they may have not engineered it that way at all. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing the battles client side. As long as you, like, verify them server side as well. Like, there's reason to want the combat logic in the client as well. Like, ideally what you would do is you calculate the battle both on each client and the server. And then you have, like, some hash of the battle result that you would just send to the server to verify that you got the same thing. You don't want the server to have to send all of that data to the client if it doesn't have to. But as far as why the game just trusts the clown and everything, it's just for budget reasons, I imagine. It's just much cheaper to run it that way. Triple mushroom. Not even close. Really? Oh, this also probably wants to be in a shield. Okay, so we got on-sale boots. We got a broom that could theoretically try to build into magic staff stuff, but that looked real bad last run. Yeah, it turns out Coffin is really good. Who would have thought? I can take the potion. It's a question, if you can't afford a server, should you have any facade of rank? I mean, I would say rank is like pretty core to people playing the game. Doesn't seem like it's a huge issue to most people. Like, the rank's not really here to, like, qualify you for anything. The only incentive to getting higher ranks is to just prove it to yourself, right? Remember, if you mentioned the decompilation findings in official Discord, you might... Yeah, I've heard the devs are... I don't like the devs' position on that sort of stuff, but... for whatever reason, they don't want you knowing how the game works. Crit dagger with Darksaber debuff is an angle if items show up. Yeah, I don't know what the line into that looks like. I see it a lot, but every time I've tried to go for it, it feels a little too slow at coming together. Like, I'm pretty sure it was the most popular Reaper build last week. But it's hard to say how much of that is due to it being consistent versus just people were jamming it because it's perceived as the best Reaper comp. Can't really know what its win rate actually was. They make a thick client, don't pay for servers, none of which you blame them for. They don't get to also whine when the conflict... Yeah. Like, if you're gonna take shortcuts, sure, but... like, you also can't yell at people for talking about the shortcuts. Now, I will say, if people are gonna talk about, like, cheating their rank in the Discord, or specifically exploiting the shortcuts, then sure, you can ban that. But especially stuff like this. I don't know of anyone getting banned from the Discord for talking about, like, more hidden mechanics like this. But... I also wouldn't be entirely surprised, given the reactions of the devs to some other stuff. But I would think this is more similar to, like, the initial time we found out about locking instead of buying whetstones turn 1. Like, that was a quirk of the engine, too. We didn't find it by decompilation, but... I don't know. It's like a similar game mechanic that probably wasn't supposed to... well... I guess that one might have been unintended versus this one being intended. Yeah, I don't know. Must have missed the locking whetstones event. From... what was it? From the start of the game until, like, November? I guess it really caught on in September to October-ish. Instead of buying whetstone in your shop on turn 1, you were supposed to lock it and then roll. Because if you bought the whetstone, you were basically guaranteed to not get a whetstone in the next shop. But if you just locked it and then rolled, it didn't blacklist the whetstone. So you were more likely to find your pair of whetstones for Hero Sword by locking the whetstone and rolling twice than you were by buying the whetstone and rolling twice. And it made forcing Hero Swords very consistent. Like, even more than it already is. And it's already pretty consistent. But it was effectively like a 2 gold buff to the Hero Sword starts. What are we doing anyway? The world may never know. We won that. I don't feel good about that, but we won that. Do we lose this if they get 4 more life from the pig? No, barely. Because they could just rotate here and then have 4 more life. At least the shot mechanics are pretty obvious with experience. Not getting items back to back is intuitive if you play enough, both when buying and rerolling. Sorta. I mean, the intuitive shot mechanics are intuitive. Like, tautologically so. But I think this blacklisting thing is not at all intuitive. Or this item cap thing, I should say. So we've got 3 lives, 4 lives. Where do we go from here? Was it ever like... You'd want to keep blueberries for Excalibur. You wouldn't want to make potions here. It's a cap on items you own. So there's this image. The threshold number here is the number of copies of the items that you can have until you have a 0.4 multiplier on your odds of finding the item. So after you buy 1 greatsword, you only have a 40% chance. Yeah. A 40% of the chance you would have had to find the greatsword at finding the 2nd greatsword. Or after you get 6 healing herbs, your odds of finding healing herbs are multiplied by 0.4. This can get me luck. We can maybe take a Mr. Struggles and try to wander buffs with Mrs. Fortune. It's generally a positive thing. Some of them are positive and some of them are negative. So like the 3 Death Scythe cap is positive, but the 3 Corrupted Crystal cap is to stop you from getting too many Corrupted Crystals and stacking defense that way. Or like the 6 Pocket Sand buff is to stop you from having more blind on the opponent. Includes crafted items. Is there any way to leverage this into a Cauldron start? I assume not. Is this combined turn better than it used to be? Because they don't honk as much. Still pretty bad. So we have been offered a Hexblade. Maybe we Hexblade Darksaber? Darksaber in 2 caps. You're already capped on crystals, not even having crystals. Yeah. I mean, considering our lack of direction, we'd probably just take the one that's on sale. You also probably want this thing. Items are also dark. 10% chance for each dark item to protect debuffs on the opponent from being cleansed. Cleanse debuffs, inflict them on the opponent. There's some refactoring to do. I just dropped the buckler. Yeah, usually when I lose to Darksaber, they've got corrupted armor. Okay. We win those. Crystal cap is real, corrupted armor is never good. Well, the Darksaber comp doesn't care that much about getting corrupted crystals. It's trying to burst you down. It's worse for, like, the Poison Goop comp. But Darksaber needs, what, 2 corrupted crystals? So what's this? 2.2 second cooldown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 11. It's like a 5.5 damage per second item. This is a 4.7 damage per second item. Pan is better. I can get 2 regen from this. I only have the 1 holy item. Put the 2 regen and just play the saber. Lets me get more food synergy too. I sometimes see it as Poison Goob. I sometimes see it as not Poison Goob, just like relying on the saber and the armors to apply debuffs. I don't know. It might want Poison Goob. Probably should have sold for more rolls. Take that on sale. It's like you want a crystalline armor, and it's all offense and defense. I mean, you don't get that much armor just from a poison goop poisoning. It's what, 3 poison goop triggers before you get any armor out of it? And even then, it's giving you 5 armor. Oh, inflict 4. Never mind. I definitely knew how the numbers on this thing worked. So 2 poison goop triggers for 5 armor. Six armor. I'll go for it. It's right there. Second holy armor is tempting. Item tab is weirdly sorted. Yeah, I think it's based on some internal ID. Okay, we've got a Darksaber now. This thing goes here. I'm gonna glove this thing, right? Turn the box for extra activation. Oh. Not the matchup my 16 blind build wants to face, but it worked. Yeah. Light Goob's just so expensive. Okay, we've got him blinded. They are not playing a blind answer. There's more mana. I could be using this as a goop trigger. It probably makes more sense. Still got a gem slot. Don't think we're combining yet. Combine these. Yeah. More luck than we had blind. Wait, what does this combine with? Oh, the crystal. Duh. Yeah, I like the corrupted armor. Holy armor, also nice here. Good. Darksaber is so good. That was less of a Darksaber being good and more like Emerald Poison Goober Holy Armor. Stopping my opponent from being able to deal damage. That was a fight won on the defensive layers. Buy some chill. Take this blueberries, generate me some luck. Make another moon shield. You really don't want to lose to weapons. Rolling with the box? Yeah, I don't mind rolling with the box here. Glad I bought Second Valor. Doesn't do anything. I'll take another cap. Just lock this. I guess I might as well grab this. Are we healing? Health pots, I guess. Okay. Goob friend! It's around 17. Something that is really slept on right now in Reaper is stone armor. Yeah, I don't know. Rabbit is bad. It's not great. I grabbed it on sale. It's just chilling. Oh, yeah, whoops. I thought they were. Sell it for money. We could. Yeah, I guess we got nothing for buffs. Bird is nice. Yeah, I guess removing luck is big. Sure. Rip stamina. It's not even giving us that much stamina. Probably a better way to put this, but it's around 18. Just get deleted anyway. Doesn't matter.